From his major physical altercation with Karl Anthony Towns in 2019, to him straight up trash talking with Raptors fans. Here are Joel Embiid's most problematic moments. Everyone knows that he has a trash talk problem, but when that escalates to full-on physical fights, you know that's not right. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened in the October 2019 game between Philadelphia and Minnesota, where Karl Anthony Towns and Embiid broke out in a heated physical altercation during the third quarter. I can't really say that the fight shocked anyone in any way. Everyone knows that these two had it coming for a long time. They've got a long history of trash-talking each other, and have nearly had a fight break out before as well. This game got too heated though. Towns and Embiid started shoving each other at one end of the court, and Towns quickly threw a missed punch after that shoving, who later also put Joel in a headlock. Wait, you haven't even heard the worst of it yet. At one point, you could even see Joel trying to force his thumb into Towns' right eye. Yeah, he wanted to blind that guy. The players were fully going at each other, and had to be separated by coaches, refs, and other teammates before more damage could be done. Naturally, both players were ejected from the game after a video review, and also received a 2-game suspension without pay. But that didn't shut Joel up. He still hammed the whole thing up with teammates in the crowd before leaving the court. And he obviously didn't leave social media alone, which was on fire that night. The two continued to trash talk each other, with Joel throwing more fuel on the fire. After the fight, Joel said that the fight kind of happened out of nowhere, which only makes it worse, by the way. I mean, you'd think an incident as big as this would be the result of something more than mere anger and ego. But no, not with Joel. He just said that he loves getting into people's minds, and he tried to be as cool as he could be in that situation.
That's what I'm good at. I like to get in people's mind. I like to kind of like build that real estate.
I'm sorry, but since when is almost blowing someone's eyes out keeping it cool? What's more, Embiid also claimed that he didn't deserve the suspension since he didn't actually throw any punches. Obviously, he wasn't going to pass on this golden opportunity to indulge in self-pity about how much the administration just hates him for no reason. He said that the NBA has a history of very subtly overruling anything when it comes to him.
They have a history of, just overruling anything that comes to me.
And sure, maybe he's right, but in this situation, come on, man, you two fought. What do you think was going to happen? Besides, while Joel probably didn't throw the first punch, he's always been on his feet when it comes to bad talking about Towns. He called him a on social media, and also started bragging about 2018's playoffs, saying that he owns Towns. And sure, trash talking is great and all, and Embiid is especially fire at it. But there are just so many things wrong with this call-out. First of all, what is this, the 1990s? Who still uses the word as an insult? And if you're gonna bring up the playoffs, shouldn't you maybe also talk about the fact that you literally vanished in the conference finals too? Yeah, no one's forgotten, man. Joel is an extremely talented player, but this bullying behavior is just not it. Of course, it's not like he learned anything from that suspension, because just in April 2023, he kicked Brooklyn Nets center Nick Claxton mid-game. This one wasn't really a fight, but it also wasn't just a mere foul. This altercation nearly lost the Sixers star center in only the first round of Game 3 and the 2023 playoffs, because just a few minutes in, he was all in Claxton's face. Nick was going for a dunk attempt, which was successful, but while he was going at it, Joel fell over. Now, that happens all the time, but it looks like Joel took it personally. When Claxton went to step over Embiid, the center lifted his leg up in a kick motion, presumably aiming for Nick's crotch. Ouch! This move definitely caused some drama in the stadium, and Joel was very close to getting ejected. He got out of it though, and was only charged with a flagrant one-foul call, but that didn't mean he was in the clear. Brooklyn fans were extremely angry with him and with the decision. They booed after the decision.
Technical foul on Claxton for stepping over Embiid. Flagrant foul penalty 1 on Embiid for kicking Claxton.
Even Nets coach Jacques Vaughn couldn't believe it. He said that he'd never seen anyone attempt to kick at that area and then be allowed to play. And he's not wrong. Draymond Green was ejected from Game 2 after a similar altercation. Why was Joel allowed to play? Of course, he was very cocky about how it all turned out, saying that he's just too valuable to get into this stuff. How is that even relevant? Of course, getting into rough physical altercations isn't the only thing this man is controversial about. You know how he always blames his teammates for literally everything, right? Just like trash talking, this is also his thing at this point, and many fans are just done with it. Now, this isn't a very big incident, but remember back in April 2019 when he and his teammate Amir Johnson were caught looking at a cell phone during a game? For those of you who may not know this, that's a major rule violation in the NBA, and it really annoyed Philadelphia's coach Brett Brown, who said that the matter was completely unacceptable and could not be condoned. Eventually, everyone found out that Amir Johnson was fined for his actions. But what about Joel? Sure, the phone wasn't his, but wasn't he also looking at it at the same time? It's all caught on tape, you can't deny evidence. Naturally, he got a lot of heat from newscasters, to which he responded extremely defensively, saying, "Obviously, I wasn't on my phone." What's worse, he threw Amir under the bus by saying that the only reason he looked down was because Johnson said that his daughter was sick. He wouldn't even have glanced had his teammate not said anything. And yeah, he may be telling the truth, but is this really necessary here? Amir's already fined. No one's opposing any penalty on you here. Why would you do that? Of course, this isn't the first time he's done something like this. Remember when he called James Harden out after the Sixers game against the Miami Heat in May 2022? That game didn't go well for Philadelphia, who were handed a 99-90 defeat. And with that loss, they were out of the playoffs. Now, despite his injuries, Joel managed to land 20 points and 12 rebounds. But he was very disappointed with the contribution of other players, namely James Harden, who only attempted 9 shots and scored 14 points. What's more, he didn't score at all in the fourth quarter. Joel was very frustrated with it, which is understandable. What wasn't okay, however, was bashing his teammate in front of everyone else in the post-game press conference. He said everybody expected Houston James Harden here, but that's not who he is anymore. Darn, that hurt. Joel took a similar dig at Ben Simmons in 2021 as well, when the Sixers lost Game 7. Fans were obviously not happy with him here. Twitter was raging, talking about how Joel seems to have problems with everyone in his team. You know, maybe he is the bad teammate then. Obviously, fans were divided on the matter, with some saying that there's a difference between being a bad teammate and simply telling the truth, which is what Joel did. One user was quick to point out that Embiid was very respectful and passing on his remarks. But was he really? Sure, constructive criticism is great and all, and no one can really say whether Joel is a good teammate or not. But everyone knows that you don't throw your teammate under the bus in front of the entire world, no matter how annoyed you are by them. If you have issues with their performance, you take them up in the locker room and practice sessions, not in front of the media. That just shows poorly on you and can create bad blood between you and your colleagues, and that's never good for the game. Then again, how much can you really expect from someone who has beef with fans? Come on, don't act like you don't know how upset Joel is with the Toronto Raptors fans. They're literally fans. It's their job to boo the opposing team and cheer theirs. Why get so offended about them jeering when the opposing team's best player comes up? I'm not saying it wouldn't hurt, but you don't have to take it so personally and literally go after them. In May 2022, Joel started criticizing the fans, and there are so many YouTube compilations of the man straight up trash talking them. Embiid claims that it doesn't bother him, but that's not what it looks like from this angle. Raptors fans especially find the whole ordeal especially amusing, making fun of Joel's anger at them. They know that they deserve the right to boo him if they dominate a game. That's exactly how things work here. So from having beef with fans of opposing teams to his major physical altercation with Karl Anthony Towns in 2019, these were Joel Embiid's most problematic moments.